Welcome to the HBR IdeaCast. I'm Catherine Bell. I'm here today with Rosabeth Moss-Cantor, Professor of Business Administration at Harvard Business School, where she specializes in strategy, innovation, and leading change. She's a regular columnist and blogger for Harvard Business Review, and the author of the recent article, Zoom In, Zoom Out, in our March issue. Thanks so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
So you've defined a critical new skill for business leaders, the ability to zoom in and zoom out effectively. Tell us what you mean by that.
This is another way of thinking about strategic thinking, but that strategic thinking has to be flexible. It has to work at several levels. You have to be able to stand back to see the context, the big picture, while moving in to see some details, but make sure that flexibly you're moving across the spectrum. I love the zoom button on cameras, on my phone, on photos, and I thought that's really a perfect metaphor. I'm always playing with it. I'm saying, what's in the background and how can I see that? But also, how can I find the one area that looks like it might be a point for action? And I realized that we need that flexible, dynamic capability in order to think strategically and move the action along in any organization or in our lives.
So are there certain situations in which it's really important to be either zoomed in or zoomed out, situations that we can start to recognize? Or is it that basically any scenario or any decision can really benefit from both perspectives?
Well, I think there should be some flexible looking at both ends of the spectrum in any situation. I'm not sure that there is that much virtue to staying close in and close to the details. In fact, there are a lot of problems that occur if you're too close in. First of all, you see yourself too big reflected back. So the people that zoom in and get stuck there tend to personalize things. They tend to begin to look at the ways in which they're being treated. They don't see the context, they don't see alternatives, and they also can't put things in a time perspective to move across time to see what they're really trying to achieve. So I really don't see too many virtues there. On the other hand, that is a realm in which some people operate by personal relationships, trading of favors, and so forth. Zooming out, I think that's a place where the virtues of staying with the big picture can really help you, particularly during difficult or troubled times where you need to take action, but there are so many things that happen that appear to be either a personal attack or a glitch or a problem. You know, I have my famous Cantor's Law, everything can look like a failure in the middle. But when you zoom out, when you're able to zoom out, you always find the principles, the underlying principles, the enduring truths, what's truly the goal, the strategy. Now, of course, if you just stay stuck there, that's also a problem because you might not see a new emerging phenomenon. So you've got to keep going back to look at the details from time to time, but I think standing back to see the big picture is good for all of us.